The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, all you wonderful money masters and treasure hunters. Welcome to the April 12th Fantastic Friday edition of today's Opening Bell on The Trader's Edge. I'm your host, Steve Rhodes, and thanks so much for joining me, folks. I absolutely treasure your presence here today, and my outcome, as always, is to help you to become a better money master and to provide you with the tools that each of us need in order to lead an inspired life, because leading an inspired life, folks, that is what it's all about. So let's go take a look at one of our tools. This is the tool. I think you'll love this tool. This is the tool I call Beautiful Thoughts, Build a Beautiful Soul. Question: have you ever thought of beauty as a necessity in your life? Something to think about. Beauty isn't only pleasant to the eye, it is the essence of being able to live a more productive and a more happy life. When we are more receptive to seeing and feeling the beauty around us, we become more attuned to the creative presence within each of us. Beauty, folks, is inherent within the soul of each of us. There are certain laws of life that each of us need to learn and practice in order to lead a happy, successful life. Seeing the good in everyone and everything, I consider that to be one such great idea. Recognizing and appreciating the beauty that is around us, well, that's another one of those laws of life. You see, these laws of life, when practiced, they create this magical transformation in our lives. Beautiful thoughts do build a beautiful soul. There's always something beautiful to be found right where you are, right this very second, no matter where it is that you are, so long as you look for it. It is Fantastic Friday, and you folks, you are a beautiful soul, and I want you to have a beautiful day, a beautiful weekend, most importantly, a beautiful life, because beautiful thoughts, folks, they build a beautiful soul. And as Tom, as our fearless leader, he would say, that is a beautiful thing. Let's go take a look at these markets out here. Right now, we've got the futures trading a bit lower here. The Dow futures off about 47 points, trading out at 14,749. The ES Mini, the S&P futures down 6.25 points, trading at 1581. NASDAQ futures down 13 right now, trading out at 2839. Russell 2000 futures off 4. You've got the King Dollar up about 10 ticks or so. The euro back just a bit. We'll take a look at the currency marketplace. But, of course, the big markets out here right now, the big thing to be taking a look at is Goldilocks. You've got gold trading out at $1537.40. It made and has tested so far that $1535 level. So today, an all-important day for Goldilocks out there. Silver down 74 cents. That's trading out at $26.95. Light sweet crude down $2 right now, out at $91.51. We've got the, around the world here, a little bit of red. You had red in Asia last night and red in Europe as we speak. The Nikkei off 64 points. No big shake there. The Hang Seng down 12 and the Shanghai off 13. The DAX right now down 112 points. That's about 1.5%. Off of yesterday's close. The FTSE down 21 points, only 0.3% out there. Our call-in number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call. We can look at your stock chart, answer any question that you've got. Let's start off by taking a look at the ES Mini first. Then we'll go over, take a look at gold and silver. We start off, if you were able, I was fortunate enough, grateful to be able to just fill in for Tom during that 4 to 5 hour. If you did get a chance to see Tom on Bloomberg yesterday, go to the homepage of TFNN.com. You know, there's all kinds of reasons to go to the homepage of TFNN.com. One of them, you can watch the clip of Tom out there. Great clip while he was on Bloomberg, and was able to fill in for him last evening. And what I did was gave you a little bit of a look at the market on a short term. And by short term, I'm referring to that 30-minute chart that we're looking at right now here on TigerTV. You know, if you're listening on the radio or your mobile device at tfnn.mob, I remember you can always get the live stream of the show by going to the homepage at tfnn.com. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see that button, 3 little smartphones. Click on that. The show streams live to you. Of course, you can always just click on Tiger TV on your desktop or your laptop, whatever kind of top it is that you've got out there, and you'll be able to see these charts. And, of course, if you want to see these charts in HD, and I consider that to be a beautiful thing, just go sign up for the Tiger's Den. You can check that out. You can test drive that for 30 days free. You'll be able to read all the numbers with clarity, print out these charts, the whole kit and caboodle out there. And speaking of a kit and caboodle, we were taking a look at the ES Mini 30-minute yesterday, what I indicated on the air, and we're taking a look at different time frames, a 30-minute, a daily time frame, a weekly, a monthly. They all have a different meaning depending on the type of investment style, whether you're trading or investing out there. If you're investing, you should be looking at those daily, weekly, and most importantly, monthly charts out there. Of course, if you're looking for more of an intraday basis, you certainly want to be paying attention to the daily and, in my opinion, the 30-minute, 10-minute chart out there. But at least the 30-minute chart. And what we were noticing here, well, a couple of things. We saw this 1.618 butterfly pattern that had formed coming into 11:30 yesterday. Had a nice little bearish engulfing candle. After that, that was a nice confirming signal that, okay, market's ready just to do a normal, take that rubber band. It's been stretched. That's what a 1.618 butterfly is. It's nothing more than taking a rubber band, stretching it around your fingers. There are times where price just simply extends itself. And when it extends itself, what you want to be able to do is identify swing points out here. In this case, you're taking a look at that swing points, nothing more than a major intersection where you see a change in trend, and that change in trend first coming in at about 11:30 in the morning on April 2nd on the ES Mini on a 30-minute chart at that 1568 level. That's the X point, that's what we'll call it. X marks the spot right there. And then, of course, on April the 5th, last Friday out there, as the jobs report was coming in, you saw the ES Mini pushing down into the lows, into 9 a.m., got down to 1535. If you took those 2 points, if you took 9 a.m. from last Friday at the price point of 1533.25, you subtracted that from the high of this X point out here at 1568. You subtract that difference, multiply that times 1.618. All you have to do is add that to the bottom here, and that would take you up to the price projection that we got yesterday at 1593, or very close to it. So now, when you see that type of expansion pattern, when you see that rubber band really wrapping around your finger, it's got to work its way off, and that's exactly what it was doing. That's why I said last night, don't be surprised if you wake up in the morning and futures are lower, because the chart patterns are saying that's what it is supposed to do. Now the key is, well, how far will this go? Well, if you just take a look at a couple of swing points out here, the first one you'd really be benchmarking is the low that came in last Friday at 9:30. So you're going to go from that low at 1533 all the way up to the high that came in at 11:30 yesterday. And what you're going to look for, you want to make sure that you've got 0.382, 0.618, 0.786. Those are the three numbers that you really should have on your ruler, your Fibonacci ruler. Some folks like to put the 50% level on there. If you like to do that, put it on there. But I say 382, 618, 786. It gives you all of the information that you need. Now, the dead cat bounce, which is nothing more than that 0.382 retracement, that would actually take the ES Mini down to 1570. Well, we're at 1581. That's an 11-point drop from here. The market still has some room. It is not just oversold just yet, not on the intraday basis. Now, and I say intraday basis, not on the 30-minute chart out here. It is not down at those levels. So that's also actually kind of saying something to us, because it hasn't even been able to make that move down here just yet. It has been able to make a 0.382 retracement coming off of this swing point here just before the jobs numbers were released 2 days ago on Wednesday at 9 a.m. That low was 1564 out there. So if you go from that low to the high put in yesterday, that would give you a number of 1582. We're trading right now at 1581.50. So what has been formed on a even shorter term basis, again, there are major intersections. The major swing points here are really going to be last Friday's low and right now yesterday's high at 11:30 in the morning. But along that way, just as you drive down the road, you come up to major intersections where there's stoplights, but you pass plenty of streets, plenty of roads, crossroads or what have you out there, and side streets, and that's really what, along the way here, that's what these junior swing points are. They're just nothing more than side streets. Is it important to pay attention to side streets? Absolutely. And so that's what we're paying attention to. It would not be unusual to see the ES Mini move down to at least 1575. I say 1570 to 1575 is likely where we'll see the ES Mini move down to. And then the question is going to be, are the bulls going to step in? And it's pretty easy, because you can identify them. They have to leave their mark, and they leave their mark by just simply giving you bullish signs out there. So no bullish signs here just yet, other than being down. You've got some bullish signs right in the area here where they were out at work in short order in the evening time frame back on the 10th, so 2 days ago. But these are really just small-bodied candles, so they don't have as much meaning. Right now, we don't see that here in the ES Mini. So your price target here right now is about another, we're going to call it another 5 to 10 points lower inside the ES. We'll see if the Bulls decide to show up for work. I think that the Bulls have been out there partying so much. I'm pretty sure with it being Thursday night out there, that Thursday night, I believe that is the night for the Bulls to go out and maybe have a little bit too much to drink. So they're probably just kind of getting their hangover medicine in, that drink, whatever that might be. It could be a Bloody Mary or something like that. Right now, it's a little bit of a bloody market, but just a normal, right now, just a normal pullback in the market. Now, let's go take a look at where the bloodbath is, and that is in the metals market. So let's go take a look at, we'll start off taking a look at gold out here. Right now, trading at 1536.40, the all-important 1535 level. That's what you're going to want to be paying attention to today coming into the close. Why 1535? Well, if you take a look at September 26, 2011, 359,000 contracts were done on that day. That low was 1535. There have been 4 tests, today being the 5th test of that 1535 level. I'm talking about over a period of time here. That first test coming in back during the session of December 30th, 2011, and we have not seen it close below 1535. Should the gold contract close today below 1535, that sets up a break of this consolidation area. Now, at this stage, it will not have the volume. It does not have the volume of 359,000 contracts. Nowhere near that just yet. 112,000 contracts so far. Not too bad, but doesn't look like it's going to have enough to bust it down. But a close below 1535 says, uh-oh, look out below. 877-927-6648.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportions of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what an asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Wealth Management financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, LLC. Member SIPC.
With the launch of TigerTV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With TigerTV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on TigerTV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out TigerTV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
McEwen Mining is a high-growth, mid-tier producer in the Americas with a market capitalization of $1 billion. Experienced mining executive Rob McEwen, as chairman, CEO, and president, owns 25% of the outstanding shares of McEwen Mining and has put in place an ambitious business plan with the goal of qualifying for inclusion in the S&P 500 by 2015. With $70 million in cash and liquid assets as of the end of 2012 and completely debt-free, McEwen Mining is poised for growth. Production in 2013 is forecasted to grow at 24%, reaching 130,000 gold equivalent ounces. And over the next 3 years, McEwen Mining projects that their production will increase to 290,000 gold equivalent ounces, almost a threefold increase from last year's totals. If you'd like to find out more about McEwen Mining, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE or TSX under the symbol MUX.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. So we go peek back in on gold, then we'll go take a look at silver, trading out at $1534.50 right now. So $1535, real key number to be paying attention to. Now, the last time down here was on April the 4th, 209,000 contracts. Again, so far today, 113,000. So be paying attention to this area. It's the first test of that 1535 level since the time frame of May 30th, 2012. A 265-point consolidation run. If, in fact, gold can't bust it down here, you know, if you take a look at the last times where we've seen a test of this 1535 level, we've seen a run all the way back up to that 1800 area out there. Of course, a break below it says a 265-point run to the downside. Just take 265 off of 1535. That will give you the price projection out there. So that is on gold. Gold traveling here in a little bit of a short-term descending wedge, kind of a bullish pattern out here. But first, it's got to deal with that swing point low of 1535 all the way back in September of, when was that? September of 2011, September 26th. Now let's go take a look at silver, high-ho silver. That is trading out right now at $26.85. You can see the descending price channel that silver has been traveling in. Trying to break through that again. Now, silver has not gone and tested the lows out here. It's got a ways to go. The low on silver that you'd be looking for, the same September 26th swing point, would be $26.15. We have seen tests of that area. The most recent test here was back in June of 2008, June 28th, 2008. 46,000 contracts on that test. So far today, 33,000 contracts. Last time down here in silver was actually on April the 4th, 63,000 contracts there. Actually, silver looking just a tad bit stronger than gold here at the moment. A lot of time left in the trading session, so it's the metals market we want to be paying attention to. The consolidation range in silver is $9, about a little bit over $9 out there. So you can, if you get a break below $26.15, a close below $26.15 out there, that could set up another $9 run below. That would take you into, what's that, 26, that would be $17 and change out there. That's on silver, though. First, though, silver has not gotten down to test the 26.15 level, whereas gold has. That's that September 26 swing point. Let's take a look at light sweet crude. Let's see what we've got going on in light sweet crude. Here we've got light sweet crude. We're taking a look at a rising price channel that light sweet crude has been in, coming off of the June lows out there. That level is being tested as we speak. Now, in the case of light sweet crude, it is on the daily chart. It's got quite a bit of room to run before it actually gets into an sold condition out here, so it is nowhere near that. We'll see if this price channel here is going to hold. Right now, you've got a pretty decent wide-ranging bar coming down there. We might be seeing a larger A to B equals CD down forming. But right now, as far as that price channel, it's right. You've got light sweet crude trade at 91.30. You're basically right there. So we'll see how this behaves during the day as well. Let's go check in on James Bonds. Bonds out here trading out at 147.04, not making that full 0.382 retracement before reversing here. So bonds will go up and at least test that 148.09, or should test that 148.09 level out here. I am looking for bonds. Was hoping, hoping is not the right word. Just simply from a trading standpoint, we know that bonds broke out of the consolidation. You like to see anything that breaks out of a consolidation come back and test it. You know, you do the what is that? What's the movie? I forgot about it. I'll come back and I'll remember it. In any event, here, let me just get back on track. You like to, when you see something break out, you like to see the market come back and test that area just to determine whether or not it's really a real breakout or if it's a false breakout. In the case of bonds, the beautiful test would be coming back and actually testing the 144.29 level. That is the January 2nd high. That is where bonds had originally broke out. They didn't, even in coming back here, I was looking as another possible level, would have been the low from December 31st, which was 145.17. They didn't get back there, at least have not gotten back there yet. Looks like bonds want to go ahead and make another run for the 148 level. Bonds do have a price projection here of 149-ish because they did break through that consolidation range out there. These consolidation ranges are important. Let's take a quick peek around the world here, and then we'll take a look at some of the stocks that are popping and dropping when the market opens. Right here in the DAX had formed a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. They completed that last Friday on April, and they completed on April the 9th out there. I don't think that was Friday. No, that was not Friday. They completed that on April the 9th. 877-927-6648. Let's see, in the pre-market here to the upside, you've got Walter Energy leading the charge to the upside, Infosys leading the charge to the downside. We'll be right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives you Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. With Market Insights, nothing is left to guessing. With the market at record levels, volatility is here, and now is a perfect time to take advantage of a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights. As recently as March 26th, Tom advised his subscribers to liquidate their 4 short-term equity holdings, closing out all 4 positions for a combined 15.9% profit. And on April 1st, Tom advised his clients to sell their longer-term position in AIG warrants, locking in more than a 40% profit in just that one trade. If you'd like to see the kind of newsletter Tom O'Brien sends out to his subscribers each morning, then sign up for your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com.
No matter where you listen to TFNN programming, we want you to know you can always access your favorite shows on demand through TFNN.com. TFNN airs live programming every market day from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can view each program by accessing Tiger TV through our homepage. We even have an easy link for all mobile devices, including iPhones and iPads, located at the top right-hand corner of the TFNN homepage. You can't use your smartphone to view Tiger TV, but if you don't have a mobile connection that can keep up with streaming live video, then you can simply visit TFNN.mobi in the browser of your smartphone for live streaming audio of all of our programs. The mission of TFNN is to educate our audience directly and interactively through our interactive website and radio call and talk shows. TFNN is able to teach all levels of investors the technical skills needed to trade in today's marketplace. In order to get the best information possible, TFNN has assembled the most respected financial minds in the country to provide the most current news and comprehensive advice available. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we're off to the races. We got the Dow trading off 40 points right now, out at 14,824. S&P at 15,8720, down 6 points. Composite down 10 at 32.89. Small caps down 4, trading at 9.43. Google off $2. Apple down $1.40. Microsoft off 13 ticks. Intel down 9. Cisco down a penny. Lead the charge to the upside here. You've got Ashland Inc. up $6.17. That's up nearly 8% this morning. Biogen Bib. That is a little rocket ship, up another 2%, up $3.20. Netflix up $1.79. Walter Energy up $1.50. Home Depot HD up 84 cents. You've got Celgene up 54 cents. Leaders to the downside, Infosys off almost $10. That's down 17%. You've got Credit Acceptance Corp, CACC. They're off 4%. That's down 4.30. M&T Bank Corp off 4.60. IBM off 2.47. You've got Marathon Petroleum, MPC off $1.49. Apple down $1. Those are your leaders to the downside. Still seeing no reversal signals here yet in the ES Mini on the 30-minute chart here as far as bulls coming in to work. So let's go take a look at some of the other equities out here that are popping and dropping. Let's start with Ashland. ASH is the ticker symbol. Now we can see here, gapping up this morning, the volume so far in 5 minutes of trading, 596,000 shares. Now, this is coming into a little downdraft here. Let's go ahead and put a line across the screen. That is a downdraft from not that long ago. This occurred on January 29th when it had 5.6 million shares let out of its tires. So gap down significantly, and right now it's trading into the top of that gap, which is the January 28th candle. That area is 84.70. It's traded 84.73 right now. The volume on that trading session is 1 million shares, so no problem taking that on. It's already 626,000 shares. Key is going to be whether or not it can do more than 5.6 million shares today, and if this volume pace keeps up, it absolutely can. Then it would be, it looks like clear sailing out here. Let's put this back on a little longer-term time frame. Again, Ashland Inc. is what we're looking at. ASH is the ticker symbol, and it is trying to move to all-time highs out here. Let's take a look at A to B equals CD pattern. Let's take a look at the swing point. Your B point on this should be, here's what you would use. is this little shooting star-oriented candle from June 3rd out here. So let's go take a look at that. Let's draw the line across the sand here. Let's go take a look at volume, the sand being the top of the swing point, and the volume bar out here. So let's go see if when this equity moved up, if it ever had volume. It does not have the volume as it crossed that B point out here. Again, that was from June 3rd of 2011. That's the weekly chart that we are looking at on Ashland Inc. Still not a bad, not too bad of a looking chart out here. Let's continue looking at movers and shakers in the marketplace. Let's go take, we kind of flip back and forth. Let's go take a look at the other side. So INFY, Infosys, is the leader to the downside, gapping down into an area that was a sign of strength here. Let me clean up this chart here just a bit. We can add a few things. There we go. So we're looking at Infosys, and what a psycho-looking stock this is. So give me a moment here. And what I mean by that is when you start taking a look at all of these gaps down and some of these gapping up, you've got to have a strong stomach for this equity. This thing here, just as an example, the high volume bar that sticks out, we're not anywhere near there right now, is back in April 15th, 2011, so it must be right around this time of the year where they occasionally struggle. So April 15th, 2011, gaps down with 13.2 million shares out here. But let's come back into more recent times being this thing broke out on January 11th, 2013, moves up with 14.7 million shares out there. Closed the prior session on the 10th, I should say, at 43.95. So nice sign of strength out there. That sign of strength was stronger than this sign of weakness that had taken place just previously back in October of 2012 as the equity moves down with 9.9 million shares. So it is testing an area of support. We'll see if the bulls are in here supporting this equity on this move down. We can see it moving into a oversold condition very quickly out here. But this is Infosys, and I'm not really sure why anybody would really be playing a chart like this where you see huge gaps both up and down out there. Let's go take a look at, Inter Oil Corp. I'm going to look at Rally Software. Let me see if this is an IPO. What is Rally Software? Yeah, it's an IPO. So we won't go take a look at that. Just notice that it was up 30%. So now let's take a look at the next leader in the clubhouse out here is going to be Inter Oil Corp. IOC is the ticker symbol. So let's go see what that is doing. It's up about 7% here. Give me a moment to grab the chart. IOC. So gapping up this morning here. This recently broke a little hammer out here, which was about 3 trading sessions ago. But let's take a look at this equity. Gapping up this morning. Let me see if there's any kind of news out here. You know, we are beginning earnings central, so I need to be paying attention beforehand. And I don't see any news here on Inter Oil Corp behind this 7.77% move to the upside. But if we do take a look at this equity, let me take a look at relative strength out here. This had a little bit of a downdraft here recently. The trading session on March the 1st moves down with a volume of 2 million shares. It's trading into that level here right now, so it's a little bit of a resistance line. Let's just draw a black line across the chart here, and just as such. And you had some bearish candles out here. The most recent bearish candle was this bearish engulfing here on April the 1st, but that is true with most of the market. So it's going to trade up into that little resistance line. The biggest volume up there, no real big volume, I would say. March the 8th, 1.2 million shares so far in trading today, 185,000 shares. So look for it to run into the price point of about $78 before it looks like it runs out of gas out there. That was on Inter Oil Corp. Let's go take a look at M&T Bank Corp. That's off 4%. MTB is the ticker symbol. That is the second leader in the clubhouse to the downside. So let's go see what this is doing, see if this thing gapped down or what it did here, or what it's doing, I should say. And it is moving down, moving here to pull the stock chart up. Let's put a couple of lines on here. So as we take a look at this, trading right now at 100.36. Volume today, 386,000 shares. It's coming back into a little tested area of support, which was the gap up on January 2nd. So just as the market looks like this thing also trading in that direction. Let's put the black line across the screen. I'm going to move this black line up just a tad here. So we're taking a look at it on January 2nd. This equity here gaps up with 704,000 shares. That was really no big sign of strength or anything like that, just simply a gap up. The last time that it moved down to that area, moved down with 1.1 million shares, so starting to move down into that area with volume, and today really doing the same thing. Now, if this thing can close the 99.59 level, that's the low of the session from January 2nd, this will head to the top of December 31st at a minimum. That would be 98.50 out there. Let's go see if we see, and you can also see, and it would make sense to go to 98.50 out here, because you can see here's where you did see a sign of strength in this equity, which was on the trading session of October 16th, 2012 out there. Let's draw that as a red line across the sand here. That was a sign of strength as this equity moved up with 2.6 million shares. So real support on this ought to be down around this set of swing points out here, down around the price range of, let's say, $96 and maybe $96.50, $96.80 or so. And that is on M&T Bank Corp out here. Right now we've got the Dow is off 30, S&P is off 5. I'm going to just go switch back into the ES Mini here, 30-minute, just to take a look and see what it is that we've got out here. Take a look at some candle formation. No real, you can see just narrow-ranging bodies at this stage. So no real, if the bulls were really trying to stage a bullish move here, we haven't seen it, at least in the candle formation, as we are now into the 9:43 time frame out here. I'm sorry, I got a couple of things that are on my monitor, and so I don't know where I'm at time-wise. Don't like being lost. Let's go take a look at the currency markets out here in the currency pairs, see what we've got going on. We do have the U.S. dollar, Japanese yen. As you know, it's made that 3 drive to a top pattern. I completed that pattern 2 trading sessions ago. Yesterday was the opportunity for the bears to move in, and they just simply failed to do their work here. You've got that second opportunity today. If you can get it closed below $99 right now, trade at $99.07. That would give you a first hint that maybe this 3 drive to a pattern will work, and you would start to see a pullback in the U.S. dollar, Japanese yen. Let's go peek in on the Queen, see what the Queen is doing. And no, we're not talking about Queen Latifah. We're talking about the euro U.S. dollar currency pair running into resistance. That resistance line really being established all the way back in September of 2012, September 14th to be specific. That also happens to be in this price range, which is about a 131, 250. Also happens to be the dead cat bounce. That, if we just take a look at that retracement from the high of February 1st down to the low that was put in here on April the 4th, you can see the actual .382 retracement, 1.3113. So that is a area of resistance. That's why it is just hanging out here. No real reversal here just yet. But that is the first stage where you would expect any equity, any currency, anything that you're trading, once it gets that .382 retracement, for it to just let some folks off of the elevator. Now, if all that the euro does is a .382 retracement, this is one heck of an A to B equals CD down, because your A point on this is right up here at the 137.09 level, and your B point on this happens to be that April 4th low. So if all anything does is a .382 retracement, it really tells you you've got some major energy to the downside. If you want to see what that A to B equals CD, now we don't have that yet. We don't have the confirmation. We do know that the euro is in a resistance level. We also know that it's liar, pants on fire over in Europe, and most specifically over in Cyprus. You know, what is amazing is we don't hear anything more, not too much more, I should say, about Cyprus. And I wonder, you know, those folks out there, they still can't go to the bank and take out their money. Yeah, they can. I apologize. They can take out, I think it's 300 euros a day, something like that, or maybe they've said 1,500 euros a week. I don't know if it's 1,500 for 5 days or if it's 7 days and it's 2,100 euros out there. But how would you feel? Man, oh man. So things are definitely not good in paradise. The 1-to-1 A to B equals CD, if in fact this is the inflection point and the turning point for the euro, takes you all the way down to 121.60 out there. But we don't have the reversal sign, but we do know we've got an A to B. That A to B is a strong A to B, and so far this B to C level running right to where it should be running to into that resistance zone. So that is on the euro. Let's go check in on the pound out here, see what the pound is doing. The pound here trying to complete at least the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. Of course, this also has made a 0.382 retracement. Now, the pound here has some nice reversal signals on the bottom. The 0.382 retracement coming off of its January 2nd high to the low that was established here on March the 12th. That 0.382 level is 1.540, and it has hit 1.540 this morning. It did it as well yesterday, but you're not seeing any kind of bearish signal out here in the pound. It does look to me like the pound, what it wants to do is really run up to the 1.576 level, but one thing at a time out here. Right now we've got the Dow is off 4 points. The S&P is now down only 3. I was sure hoping that we would see is a test of that 1576 level. Everything was set up for it, but so far that has not taken shape. Let's go take a look at the ES Mini. Again, we'll go into the 30-minute chart here. And so what we can see, give me a moment here to switch over. Where is it? Okay, right here. So no real, now you have to really kind of stitch these candles together, but you can see the bulls, have shown back up from work. They got back, they were out late last night at the bar, and they're just simply coming back to work, and they're going to try to push us all the way back up to that 1593 level. You could see, coming in and buying as the market moved towards, didn't get down to it, but moved towards that oversold level. So the bulls here get some decent volume here during this 9:30 to 10 o'clock session. Anyways, I don't have anything. Let's go back and now let's go take a look at, sorry about that, let's go take a look at gold and silver, see how they're doing at defending their position. So we are not seeing the bulls rush in here yet. In the case of gold, it's trading at 1533.70 right now, so it's below that 1535 area. But let's go down to a shorter-term chart here inside gold. So let's go take a look at the 30-minute chart. And we saw a nice big push down from a volume standpoint at 8:30 this morning, total of 35,000 contracts. You can see the contract volume here has lightened up, but you have not seen any real bulls show up for a work inside the gold trade. Light sweet crude right now trading out. We'll go back and take a look at light sweet crude here real quickly before we go into break. Light sweet crude also testing the bottom of that trend line and beginning to reverse. We'll go take a look at the shorter-term chart at light sweet crude when we get right back.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor, Foreside Fund Services, LLC. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Recently, Basil Chapman has had some outstanding trades in his newsletter, The Opening Call. Each morning by 9 a.m., Basil uploads his newsletter to the TFNN servers so that his subscribers can access his expert trading advice. Basil gives his take on the direction of key indices and updates any active trades that his subscribers are currently in. Just recently, Basil subscribers closed out a short position in Chipotle Mexican Grill, CMG, for more than an $86 profit per share, over a 20% gain in just one position. If you'd like to try out Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, then visit the front page of TFNN.com and click Trading Newsletters. There you'll find Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, where you can request a free sample copy. Also, don't miss Basil's program, The Tiger Technicians Hour, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, on TFNN.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments.
This segment is brought to you by BackTech Environmental. For more information, just click the BackTech banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Folks, go peeking here, and I lost my system during that last break, so I can't actually tell you exactly what the market is doing here, and so I've got that trying to do a part up. Should be able to at least see my screen here as I take a look. Let's muddle through the next 4 minutes and just do a kind of job I can do. Take a look. We're looking at the third chart here in Lucky Week Crew, and if you want to take a look at I should continue patterns all of the time, and so and it's really because it helps you to understand first what's going on inside a market, also help you be able to maybe consider adding to positions or have you. This works on all time frames, so it works the same way for the weekly and a daily chart. And if we take a look at Lucky Week Crew on here the 5:30 session this morning, what we can see the opening up for working. Get these 3 small-bodied candles that are trading in that same body candle of 5:30 a.m. That's really what you want to be looking for this kind of a setup. It is one of the few continuation candle patterns that are in Japanese candlestick. And as you get the most aggressive approach is to add to a position here, the short side. As soon as you see a smooth below, in the case here would have been the 5:30 session, which would be $92.30 there. You actually saw that take place with a close at 7:30 at $92.34, and boom, it's into the 9:30 session here. Got below of 9:23. Let me tell you, it is trading at now, and I hope that you can see my system here. I don't know if I lost it or what, and so hopefully you can see everything on my. And if I apologize. So one of the here that we are also.
Hello. Maybe I lost everything. So trying for a backup system here, folks. Sorry about that. In any event, looks like maybe I'm getting a little bit of a response here on my system. Looks like we've got Lightspeed Crude traded 91.33. But let's stay tuned. We've got the Nadex platform. Looks like I'm losing a little bit of everything all at one time, so I do apologize. Right now, you've got gold is trading down at the 15.33 level. That's off about $31 right now. The S&P is trading out at 15.87. The all-important level here to be watching is 15.76.09. At some point in time, may not be today, but at some point in time, what you want to see, the most bullish or bearish side, is you want to see a test of that October 11th, 2007 swing point high. From the bullish standpoint, you want to see that area be tested, which means price get down to it, and then it close back above it. Of course, what you'd like to see now is price move down into that area with light volume. The Dow is down 29 points. It's trading out at 14,835 out there. And let me just try to punt here, because the not having my charts, you can imagine that is that's a tough thing to do. So the key numbers here, let me give you the key numbers again. On silver, what you're looking for is the $26.15 low to be tested, and whether that's going to hold or not, and that's the September 26th low. And on gold, it is 15.35. So we've made it through. Remember this, folks, you have an amazing power within yourself, and that power is so strong it'll create a life of abundance, cure incurable diseases, build billion-dollar businesses, paint magnificent masterpieces, even help you when you lose your system to be able to stay with the show. Most of all, folks, what the power that you have will do, it'll create fantastic, loving families. Thanks so much for being a part of the TFNN family. Have a fantastic Friday, a beautiful day. We'll see you in a bit.
Let me tell you something, folks. I have people coming up to me saying, I just can't believe the amount of work that Steve does on his newsletter. And I says, I absolutely agree.
That is a recent clip from the Money Masters show that Tom and I do each day at TFNN. My newsletter service, Mastering Probability, is much, much more than a newsletter. Yes, it's outperformed the S&P 500 by 100% during the last 15 months. But more importantly, it's an extraordinary education, a roadmap for your success. And it's yours risk-free for the next 30 days. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and then Mastering Probability, because everyone needs a success strategy. For most, it's a competitive edge, the will to win, the drive to overcome any obstacle. Whatever you call it, winners find a way. Find your way to Mastering Probability today, because your journey to extraordinary rewards is just one click away.